consider myself as a savage beast, ignorant, with very few preconceptions of how are the things or how should be.
In order that we can understand this, I make you for one example. You could see my hand. When I put movements of my hand, you could see that my hand is not so clear. But if I put more energy, you couldn't see my hand. But my hand doesn't exist. But in another vibration. If you couldn't see it with your eye, doesn't mean that the hand doesn't exist.
I can say that what I learned traveling in different ships is that you need to complete all your parts of the substance of the ship in which you are traveling. Complete your parts, it means that you must know that all the ships are in the capacity of having duplicated the power of your own mind, duplicating your intelligence at another great levels.
Between them, they lived many experiences. When I was a contactee with the ships of then, the superior brothers of the same ships, one of the more impressive that I experienced is which now I will narrate to you, and I will explain to it minimum that it's possible. The facts in those times, they were incredible to me. And today, seeing them in the time before, they remain so. And for those ones not aware of these things, or who are not initiated therein, surely these ones will prove to them false facts, and I can understand them. But that doesn't mean that I cannot count them. Also does not remove the reality and the unreality of them lived by me. It was one of the so many transports towards the ships, in where before for this I had to pass years of preparations on how to project me in the astral, in the mental, in the physical, and all of that, to be prepared for this type of relationship, in where it basic, it was to know how to recognize the bodies between the physical body, the astral, the mental, the ethereal, as basic ones, and from there many others more involved in transports, as well as knowledge of the dimensions, the divisions of the same, as well as its subdivisions. Already once made preparations, I was ready for this encounter and move on to relate the facts already in place, where before being transported and having come to the place of the meeting, through scheduled contacts, arriving it to make the connection, and waited for when I do a representation and a reconstruction of the events, but adding the photos of the events, which are too expressive of those facts. I clarify that these images are of my physical body, led towards the ships as well as me myself. I was who which took the images in a division of the body's physical and astral ones, or I could feel me and photograph me to the same time that was transported in where the logical already of transportation is another one, as it is the same fact of filming me or photograph me, as well as to enter inside the vessel, to meet with many images and bodies of myself in different materials and substances. I understood with that experience, and I learned so much that they pulled off out of land all the reality of what I learned on earth. What we were taught as civilized, religious, technological, social, cultural, science, nothing is as we were taught. It is necessary to understand and learn it all from 0 point, because I learned that it's not used single-bodied, but several ones, and that they are much more real even this natural, binary, physical body of ground. I learned that we do not think nor are intelligent as we believe we are, that we are more limited and with superpowers at the same time, more and less of what we believe. I understood that I should think with many minds at the same time, and at the same time divided by a common source. But I start to get to the place, the people that takes me, they leave me then alone, and I enter in the depth of the place in Argentina, Jujuy. Here's the first things that breaks my logic, is that I get to the Rio Grande, Jujuy, a town named so, but it's another as Guerrero or Termas de Reyes, and also the north in Tilcara. But behold, it's also the National Forest of Los Angeles in the United States. That impact of itself divides my mind and my body in all those places. Already my logic broke out, and I hit. But I can continue. But that, as I said, I was already prepared before for these things. Therefore, ask me, where with certainty occur these facts is in all those places, and others who are not of the earth. Then I see a floating being that he awaits me floating, a being having legs different from humans, who speak with me in their own language, but not as they say or some say by telepathy or mind to mind. None of that. Speak to me with real voice, by like a thunderclap, a voice that penetrates the body and everything, but that does not bother, and understand perfectly what it tells me. There are many things that he says to me. I can listen it by thousands of years, without aging and without tiring me of what he says. Not me wonder if them that facts are real or not, only I live them and experiment it, and try to agree the more that I can with this. Then already are two beings as a couple in the photo or footage, seen the shadows of HUGO.N.BATALLANOS that we say, but in reality they are powerful in light. The camera cannot grasp the power of light and captures only as well as shadows. There are no human technology which can register them as they really are, not my human eye. It explains that I am already driving in front of them another body of light, call it body Ramfana. For a comparison to the human concept or language, they told me that were waiting for me to take me with them. And they tell me their names, but their names are not a single names, many names, as many as do not just tell them to me to an end of it, not in the mind, but of powerful, more powerful word than many speakers of land human sounds. Already inside their ship, I was prepared already in other details in the bodies, those that I were missing, or what will come in this experience. I repeat, nothing is real. Exceeds it real and it unreal, not has reference of comparison. I am prepared for them. I know them and I follow them. I then go with camera in hand to film the events and divide it into several within the track and go out in many places and start to record the facts, while I am moving in one of those bodies towards another ship already. Any logical earthly exists already, then ships handle the day and the night. I wonder sometimes if I only am experiencing this or someone over by there, or not there is nobody in the world. Them answers are many, but all out already of it reason earthly. Then took the following images, which show with many sights already, where I see floating, I am semi-naked, as required in the ritual procedure, only with the slip. My power of light cannot be recorded by the camera, just as you can see here, my traits have melted, with the power of energy that does not harm, or feel anything, and sometimes one is very clear in his own image, so much that surpasses the human. I repeat, the camera captures only in this way. It has no more technological power to do so, neither in this world. In this photo you can see clearly the fire of the flash of the camera that I use. I am behind the camera, but I am giant to the facts and see little ones and I see tiny. As projected there, I know who I am in very place, and I go and they move me. At the same time also I can see me while I travel. I see me giant, taking my own images. I film it and I photograph and myself at the same time, seeing the van transporting me coming and going with the ship. The people who were with me has gone there. And here I am greeting, for me greeting to myself and to all which in those moments I know that will see these images. Why then already continue the process to which have come, that me carries thousands of years or only some hours in earthly time. I consider myself as a savage beast, ignorant, with very few preconceptions of how are the things or how should be, and much more it was at the time of these images. But it has allowed me, for the purity of being ignorant, to experience this and many other experiences as in raw, because for me they were real. Also I collect them in photos and videos, as many as could not count them all, as well as thousands of images over many years in this, and not try to convince anyone of anything. I only show. That is what I do. What these things I was told, do it all. That is what I do. That is what I do.